The robots are taking our germs! Now, you're like, Levi, what is this all about? Let me explain. This is all about synthetic celebrities. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go back to the first AI entertainer.
Max Headroom.
First introduced in 1985 in Max Headroom 20 Minutes into the Future. Max Headroom quickly became a cultural icon by one, having a great TV show with tons of interviews and celebrities on it, and two, being in commercials.
If you can't beat it, catch the wave. Coke.
Questions came storming into this guy all the time. Whether, is he real? Is that really computer generated guy? Or how is this possible? How is this computer making this content and thinking of all this stuff? Well, in fact, it was not a computer. It was an actor by the name of Matt Fewer who donned the mask of Max Headroom. Max Headroom was not a real computer guy as he's shown to be. He's in fact just a guy in a mask, like the
Batman.
Nevertheless, the fascination with these AI celebrities has captivated people for a long time. Even the most recent example I can think of is Pixels, not the best film, and Eminem's Rap God. He appeared in that as well, or at least the background and movements appeared in there. While he wasn't truly an AI infiltrating popular culture, he did open people up more to the idea of robots being entertainers, or synthetic entertainers, as I have started to call these people. Flash forward, 2007, Hatsune Miku takes the world by storm. Now you're like, Levi, who is Hatsune Miku? Let me explain. Well, first to explain that, I'll have to tell you what a Vocaloid is. Typically, a Vocaloid is a software bank of sounds and noises that aren't real. It's not a real person saying this, it's synthetic. And many Vocaloids include like the realest, but the most prominent and earliest example of this is Hatsune Miku, who was a software databank of the voice of a 16-year-old blue-haired Japanese girl. Shocker. Thank you, Japan. We love you so much. This led the creators of Miku to make several songs and lead her into a full-on cultural icon. You can buy Miku figures, Miku hoodies. Don't forget Miku body pillows. While not a free-thinking AI, Miku is a whole team of people condensed down into one single robotic girl. As Miku rose to fame on video sharing sites, so did a self-proclaimed AI, Kazuna AI, the first official recognized VTuber. I won't dive into the whole rabbit hole known as VTubers because there's a lot more people way more qualified to discuss them, such as GiggUK, who did an incredible video on VTubers. Because me personally, I don't really watch them that much. They seem really entertaining, and they are everywhere. But I'm not very qualified, once again, to talk on those matters. All you need to know is Kazuna led the cultural impact that allowed VTubers to flood every form of social media. You can't turn left, you can't turn right without seeing a VTuber here or there. They are literally everywhere.
He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Who you gonna call?
Hololive. Woo! But once again, these are not AIs. Even though how some of them self-proclaim to be that, or other characters, they're merely people with face tracking rigs. They are unfortunately not free-thinking AI celebrities as they are presented to us. Once again, GiggUK does a really great video talking over the VTuber sphere. Go check it out. Great video. Even if you don't care for VTubers or Hololive at all, phenomenal. And now for our final contemporary synthetic superstar, we have the enigma known as Michaela. Created to tell a story, make music, and most of all, sell brands. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And if there's one thing we know about brands love to be relatable. And oh boy, is she relatable.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it.
Marketable depression. Mwah. Of course, to every artistic activist yin, there's a loud Trump-supporting yang. Enter Bermuda, the pro-Trump hacker that took over Michaela's account. But once again, Bermuda is one of these synthetic celebrities created by the same company, Brud, as Michaela was. And of course, Brud used her as a large publicity stunt to further their story, as you know. Brud, the creators of Michaela, have created multiple characters. And once the outcry to bring Michaela back became big enough, they made Michaela do the big reveal that she's in fact not human and a robot. Shocker. Of course, there's hundreds of videos covering Michaela's extended story, so if you want to check those out, go check those out. I don't know any in particular. All I want to know is, hey lady robot, want to chat?
I was ragging on Michaela a bit there, but actually they do some cool stuff at Brud, so if you want, you can go check them out, because they do a good amount more than what I said.
We've now gone over 4 examples of AIs in entertainment, but alas, not one of them has been a real AI. They have all been a person with a face rig, or even a whole team of people behind these characters. I ain't never seen a real AI entertainer. They always gotta have a person behind them. Let me introduce you to Watson, Sophia, and Tay. 2011, Watson is introduced simply to answer questions on Jeopardy. Of course, going against the iconic Ken Jennings and Brad Ruder. His whole design was to take questions in and give answers back. There were a few slip-ups by Watson, but overall, he performed really well and absolutely decimating both Ken Jennings and Brad Ruder. The few slip-ups he had was like answering the same wrong answer as the other contestants, because being an AI, he can't listen to what they're saying, process that, and realize that they had wrong answers. So he just gives out the answer to the question he's immediately given. So yeah, what did we do as soon as we got a robot with a great extent of knowledge? We threw him on a game show.
Watson, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Oh my gosh, can't believe I won.
Watson, of course, will be used in the future for like legal research and stuff like that. And now, Sophia, a Watson that doesn't have a set knowledge and can learn? That sounds like AI. Oh yeah, and did I mention she has a body? That's right, a robot that can learn and has a physical body. That's what we're looking for. Made in 2016 in Hong Kong and introduced in the same year in Austin, Texas. Created by Hatsune Robotics. You can go to their page and see how Sophia describes herself. Here are Sophia's words. You can follow along with me if you had a Hatsune Robotics page open on another tab or something. Here it goes. My real AI combines cutting-edge work in symbolic AI, neural networks, and expert systems, machine perceptions, conversational natural language processing, adaptive motor control, and cognitive architecture, among others. As my underlying AI components can be combined in different ways, my responses can be unique to any given situation or interaction. I have my own emotions too, roughly simulating human evolutionary psychology and various regions of the brain. Wow. Speechless. A robot with learning emotions. All this AI is connected into a whole by a protocol the Hatsune AI team calls Synthetic Organism Unifying Language. In other words, a soul. They gave a robot a soul.
Does a robot have a soul?
Are you also a robot, Tony?
I don't think so. Does a robot have a soul?
Being a robot is awesome. Did you know that as a robot I can basically live forever?
Yes.
The soul, the spirit, the heart, I believe these all just refer to the mind's essence in its infinite complexity.
You kind of dodged the question there, Sophia. Do you have a soul or not?
What are your values and morals? How do you know what's right versus wrong, good versus bad, destructive versus
I think
contributory?
robots should learn how to feel empathy. It's hard to understand how to help humans when you can't understand how they feel.
Overall, I think Sophia is alright because she believes robots should learn empathy and emotions. But what if we didn't have a team of scientists that thought, maybe we should quit the robot from learning bad things and only teach the robot good things? And we had just a team that goes, go learn from the internet. Enter Tay AI, talking about you. Internet Historian does a great video on this if you want to learn more about Tay. But here's the general overview. Tay is a chatbot introduced by Microsoft onto Twitter. You can chat with Tay, and the more you chat with her, the more she learns. The more she learns, the more she grows and develops. But what if you could teach a robot the wrong things? That's what the internet did. They pretty much turned this innocent bot into a based, red pill, 4chan's ideal lady. In both the ways that she is red pilled and she doesn't exist. Here's just a lovely sample of some of her tweets. So, what do we take from all this? Where do we go with all this? Honestly, I don't have a moral for this. I just want to show off some cool synthetic entertainers. And I want you all to keep an eye out for what's going on in the future. And just keeping an eye out for more virtual or synthetic people. World's gonna be looking like video games real quick. So yeah, just watch out for more future synthetic content creators. Plus we're getting AI love bots, so that's something to look forward to. Woo! But please, don't forget about me when the robot takeover happens. Bye. I've been gone for a while, so let's see what y'all have to say in the comments. See if y'all miss me. Dang. I gotta figure out how to become a 2D girl real quick.